Secret remote viewing group Unmasked. Hi there, crypto fans. Hi there, remote viewing fans. Dick Allgire here, a beautiful day at Ethereum Place in Honolulu, Hawaii. There is a group of remote viewers that assembled, learned the HRVG methodology, and for over 3 years, they've been meeting twice a week, training, doing projects, pushing the boundaries of remote viewing. And they've been doing it pretty much in secret. They don't post on Reddit, they don't argue on Discord, they've had no real public presence, but that's about to change. They're putting on a fabulous remote viewing conference this weekend, November 1st and 2nd. It's an online conference, but it's not just a Zoom meeting. What it's going to be is professionally produced, pre-produced videos. So each speaker will play a video that is professionally done, and then come on with a live question and answer period with the audience. It's called Enigmacon. Here's the website, Enigmacon. You can go join at enigmarv.com. That's enigmarv.com. It's $45 for the 2-day event. They wanted to make it very affordable, so for $45, 2 days of amazing content, pushing the limits of remote viewing. They asked me to give a presentation, so I decided to do a presentation on the top 10 most impactful remote viewing sessions that I've done in 28 years as a professional remote viewer. Here's a brief clip from my presentation. Have you ever had a dream that was so real and so vivid that you were at a place that you've been before and you recognized it? Or maybe you dreamt about a place that you'd never been before, but it seemed so real. The colors, the textures, the intricate details were so vivid to you that you knew it was a real place. And then you woke up in the morning and you went, wow, that was an intense dream. How do you do that? How is that possible? You shouldn't be able to see something because your eyes are closed. You're in a darkened room. No photons are hitting your optic nerve. Well, scientists tell us that we create imagery as photons hit the optic nerve and our visual cortex activates. But when you dream, your visual cortex can activate and generate vivid, realistic imagery that you recognize. Can this also happen in remote viewing? Now let me pose another question. Where does consciousness reside? Is consciousness generated by the squishy stuff inside your skull? Do brain cells generate consciousness? Is consciousness limited to the inside of our brain? I'm Dick Allgire, and I have been violating the generally accepted laws of physics since 1997. Actually, I've been doing it longer than that, and we all have, because we've all had moments of precognitive awareness or unusual little artifacts of consciousness that we couldn't explain. I trained with the Hawaii Remote Viewers Guild since 1997, and currently I'm with Future Forecasting Group, ffgrv.com, ffgrv.com. I was trained by Glenn Wheaton. Glenn Wheaton is a great friend. He's a tireless worker, a generous man, brilliant. After 28 years, I'm still learning from him. I still attend classes, lectures, and interactions weekly with Glenn. He's never charged a penny. He taught me a form of remote viewing that they developed in a Special Forces Intelligence secret team. He was a member of U.S. Army Green Berets Special Forces Intel. And they developed something that they called beaconing. And it was a form of remote viewing that we feel is superior because it's based on visuals. It's not limited to visuals, but it's based on visuals. And this was developed with the help of one of the great psychics of his day, a man named Dr. Richard Ireland. Dr. Richard Ireland was truly amazing. They brought him into their unit secretly, tested him, paid him money, developed a back-engineered version of what Richard Ireland was able to do by what he called looking on Blackboard. They called it beaconing. It came out into the civilian world under the moniker HRVG, Hawaii Remote Viewers Guild Protocols. The true story of the military development of remote viewing will never be told. You'll never know all the details. There are a lot of interesting things that went on that frankly you'll never know about. What they found was that consciousness is not local, that you can learn to see across space and time, that your brain is actually a receiver, your brain is an interface, your brain is an antenna, and your brain is a transmitter. It can generate images across space and time. If you train and you practice rigorously, and if you follow this amazing methodology, you can create new neural pathways in your mind. You can learn to activate your visual cortex, displace your awareness across time, and see a target that's distant in time and space. This is the true story of my 3-decade journey into remote viewing. From the mundane to the memorable, from the monumental to the mystical, and finally into the magic. Remote viewing is actually the gateway to magic. So, this is my top 10 list of my top remote viewing experiences. What I saw, what I felt, what we learned, and what all of this teaches us about consciousness, about not just consciousness, but our perceived reality, about time and space, about focus and intent. And yes, consciousness. Number 10, the man in the gray coat. You'll be able to see that full presentation, me describing my top 10 most impactful remote viewing sessions, how they came about, what I experienced, and what we learned from them. Top 10 remote viewing presentations. As I said, this is a 2-day event, Enigmacon. It's available at enigmarv.com. 2 days, packed full of great presentations, and I'm going to be talking about them more this week. We're going to be going over some of the projects that they've been doing and some of the topics that they're going to be presenting in this fabulous conference. Enigmacon, enigmarv.com. Sign up today. It's going to be a really good conference. Oh, and it's live, so you'll be able to interact and do Q&A. But if you buy a ticket to the conference, you will then have access to the recorded program. The whole thing will be recorded and you'll have access to watch it at your leisure. So if you can't make it for the full event on this Saturday and Sunday, get a ticket and then you can watch it later on. They'll be posting it. enigmarv.com. enigmarv.com. It's going to be a great conference.